Lisha presents Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Associate sponsor All India Supermart. Supported by Apollo Bistro, Restaurant and Bar. Wardrobe sponsor Featherwears, Singapore. Britannia. Everyone is a winner contest. Buy $5 worth of Britannia products at Mustafa Center and win an assured prize.
Hey everybody! Little India Shopkeepers and Heritage Association proudly presents Subah Ki Chai Season 5!
Hey, we are back la.
What this means, buddy?
It means tea. Teti cha chai penalty. Just roam with Subah Ki Chai. I'm never gonna miss this show, mere bhai. Just roam with Subah Ki Chai. Oh yeah. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Little India class-wise, I don't eat chicken rice. Onam rice, celebrating fish, head curry eating. Walking, talking, sitting, meeting, tada, ding, ding, da. Never wanna miss me, nam te mere bhai. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Oh yeah. Chai Subah Ki Chai.
Don't take.
Little India is my favorite destination. I can have over there a Rama of my nation. Take a market, Sarangun shopping is great fun. Virama Kaliyaman ke karu darshan. Hey, patti pattan panti papli appa and tie. Never wanna miss this show, mere bhai.
我们去喝茶。
Ayo kala tanerla. Yeah. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Chai Subah Ki Chai. Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Vishnu, you know what?
Yep.
I've seen so much of India in Little India to the extent that I don't even feel that I'm staying in a different country now. It feels exactly like India, yeah? But this makes me wonder, how did it all start? I mean, how does an island in Southeast Asia have so much of Indian influence in its culture? How?
I knew it, Mamta. I knew you'll ask me this question one day.
Okay.
And I'm glad that one day is today. Because there's so much of history. I don't know where to start.
Okay, Dramivas, let me help you out. Start from the start. I mean, where did these people come from? And because I don't think these people were natives, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they were not natives, but yes, you make a point. Start from the start. You know what? We are going to start from the start where it started. Where all these Indians came here. How did they come? Where did they come from? We're going to know all that. Come, let's go to the start.
Migration of Indians in Singapore started in the early 19th century. Initial reports suggest that pioneer immigrants belonged to the Tamil community and they settled in Serangoon area. During World War II, mass migration of Indians occurred. They migrated from various states of India. Due to the unsettled conditions in India, these immigrants came to Singapore for better prospects and livelihoods. Post-World War, the influx of Indian immigrants to Singapore was so high that it overtook the Malay population and became the second largest community of Singapore.
The Indian community in Singapore is as old as the founding of modern Singapore. They've been here since 1819, and it was important to preserve their heritage and also showcase their history in the region.
Vishnu Baba, tell me one thing. When these people came here, what did they actually do? I mean, I know that now they are into different fields, like from education to business to art and science. But at the beginning, what did they do? At the start. Tell me.
My child, relax your senses.
Yes.
Mamta Chaudhary, today you are asking very big questions, very interesting questions. What is your point behind that? Are you like trying to test my general knowledge?
That's a nice idea, but we'll do some other day. Okay, because I know you're going to fail. You don't have any general knowledge. Okay, coming back to the point. I really want to know what did they do.
You want to know what they did?
Yes.
Don't worry. I will tell you the past of the Indians and what they did and how they came here and what they...
Initially, Indians came to Singapore as laborers, prisoners, guards, traders, and military men. Initial immigrant Indians occupied a second-tier social rank in the country. They were predominantly less educated and mostly categorized as unskilled labor. The Indian community continued to evolve in Singapore over the years and due to continued migration. At present, Indian men and women in Singapore are highly skilled and educated, and they are contributing at various levels to build a better society along with fellow Singaporeans.
And more importantly, the heritage traits, it's still living in Little India.
Mamta Nadia, I know what you're going to ask me.
What?
You are going to ask me why all these Indian immigrants came to Little India, right? Although it was not called Little India before the Indians came in. Well, you just want to ask me why they came to this area. Am I right?
Okay, first of all, not Nadia Dwala. Secondly, no, I didn't want to ask that. I wanted to know how was Little India before. But yes, that question was good. So tell me both.
The area now known as Little India is bounded by Serangoon Road, Sungai Road and Jalan Besar. It is also known as Tekka in Hokkien, named after the clusters of bamboo that used to be at the junction of Bukit Timah and Serangoon Road. Because of the presence of an old race course near this area, Little India became a residential area for the Europeans in the 1940s. These Europeans were involved in olden days horse race competitions at the racecourse. Because of the Serangoon River, cattle were raised and fed in this area. Thus, Little India was initially considered as cattle trade hub. Eventually, other economic activities developed, and by the turn of the 20th century, the area began to look like an ethnic Indian neighborhood. Little India was gazetted as a conservation area in 1989. Serangoon Road was one of the earliest roads built in Singapore. It was called the road leading across the island in Lieutenant Jackson's 1828 map of Singapore. There were betel nut, paddy, vegetable and sugarcane farms along the road. To meet the irrigation needs of these farms, the Rocho Canal was built in 1836. In 1840, a racecourse was built in the area, which is now known as Farrer Park. By the 1940s, the area had become a commercial residential area with a significant Indian population.
Okay guys, let us tell you about the Britannia contest. Vishnu, do you know Britannia is organizing this amazing contest and you know about the prizes?
Yep.
The prizes are so amazing. So they are giving hotel stays for 2 couples.
Britannia, everyone is a winner contest. Buy $5 worth of Britannia products at Mustafa Center and win an assured prize.
Isn't that amazing?
Fantastic, fabulous.
Leisha presents Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Associate sponsor All India Supermart. Supported by Apollo Bistro, Restaurant and Bar. Wardrobe sponsor Featherwears, Singapore.
Leisha presents Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Associate sponsor All India Supermart. Supported by Apollo Bistro, Restaurant and Bar. Wardrobe sponsor Featherwears, Singapore. Britannia, everyone is a winner contest. Buy $5 worth of Britannia products at Mustafa Center and win an assured prize.
Mamta,
Yes.
you know all these roads in Little India, especially the ones with the fancy names,
Oh yes.
they all have stories that date all the way back to the European times.
Wow, really?
Yes.
You mean like Clive Street, Campbell Inn, all of them have stories around them?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Right.
I know your next line. You're going to say, I want to know more about it, right?
Yes.
Fine, I'll tell her more about it. You see, long time ago, very long time ago, once upon a time.
The names of roads in Little India are the reminders of olden days. The name of Serangoon Road was derived from the Malay phrase diserang dengan gong, meaning to attack with gongs or drums, probably used to keep the cattle at bay. Buffalo Road and Kerbau Road connects us to the cattle trading in the area. Kerbau is Malay for buffalo. Belilios Road was named after I.R. Belilios, who was a cattle trader from the 1940s.
We have worked with Singapore Tourism Board during the early stages, okay, to put up storyboards before we forget anything what's happening in Little India. So this really has helped a lot of tourists who move around, not only tourists but also children We have been moving around, students who come to Little India to understand how Little India was earlier.
Na 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 na.
Vishnu,
What?
what? I'm very curious here.
What?
Okay, tell me, is there any place where this history is conserved, curated, and displayed, where we can read, see, and understand more? Is there?
Okay. Now I get it. Guess what? That's the same thing that I was doing some research about, and guess what I found?
What?
Right here in the heart of Little India,
Yeah.
at Campbell Lane, there's this beautiful building called the IHC, the
Wow.
Indian Heritage Centre.
The Indian Heritage Centre tells the story of Singapore's Indian community within the larger context of Southeast Asia.
Indian Heritage Centre is the first Southeast Asian museum dedicated to conserving the rich heritage of the Indian community under one roof. It is a 4-story state-of-the-art building standing in the heart of Little India. The galleries feature details of heritage based on 5 different themes. There are various stories of Singaporean Indian communities conserved in these galleries. Features and artifacts are arranged chronologically from the 1st century to the 21st.
One of our star artifacts is a late 19th century doorway from the region of Chettinad. Now Chettinad is the hometown of the Chettiar moneylenders, who are amongst the earliest migrants to have settled not just in Singapore but in Southeast Asia. Yet another star artifact would be a gold necklace called a kasumale in Tamil. It means a necklace made of coins. Yet another star artifact would be a head of Buddha from the central Java region.
The people behind the centre have taken very careful and detailed steps to ensure the entire Little India story is completely preserved there and told through AVs, displays, art and specimens.
Okay.
And that's not just it, okay? There are also a lot of interactive exercises to engage people to learn more about our culture.
In terms of artifacts, we have quite a rare collection. We show a total of over 440 artifacts in our permanent galleries, and about 40% of this is collected from Singapore's Indian community. Our first special exhibition has just launched. It's called Once Upon a Time in Little India. You know, the idea of a Little India, a microcosm of Indian culture, is not unique to Singapore. You see this worldwide, and it's an idea that has traveled with the Indian diaspora. So we draw parallels with the global Indian diaspora's experiences and Singapore's Indian community. This exhibition also brings to visitors contemporary art. We showed 3 contemporary artists, 2 who are Singaporean Indian and 1 who is from Thailand. He is also of Indian origin. Now the first artist we show is Kumari Nahapan. Kumari has a fascination for nature, and she's collected over the last 18 years over 4 tons of the seed called saga. Now the saga seed has historically been used by Indian goldsmiths as a weighing measure for gold and even silver sometimes. She took this idea of the saga seed being part of the weighing scale and turned it into an installation. We display over 3 tons of saga seeds spilling over from a weighing scale. There are also metaphors within this installation of nature outweighing material possessions, and also of the dispersion of the global Indian diaspora vis-a-vis the dispersion of seeds. The second artist we show is K. Rajagopal. He's a very well-known award-winning Singapore Indian filmmaker, and he presents a trilogy called The Day I Lost My Shadow. This trilogy is set in 3 different parts of Little India over 3 different time periods, and it's a combination of history and myth, where he imagines what may have been in a historical circumstance. The third contemporary artist we show is Naveen Rawanchakul. Naveen is a fourth generation Indian who was born in Chiang Mai. His family has been in Thailand for 4 generations, and he has, in terms of searching his own roots, he wants to know about other similar and parallel diasporic communities. So he was commissioned to create a work called Passage to Little India. Passage to Little India is a combination of 2 paintings and 1 video installation, and collectively they tell the story of people present and past alongside buildings and architecture present and past of Singapore's Little India. The paintings are painted in billboard style by him and his team of 10, and the video installation has been a massive research exercise where he's gone around speaking to the people of Little India, and he has over 58 minutes of footage in it. IHC has brought to Singapore and Indians in Singapore this idea of a place where their heritage can be preserved and even deposited for posterity. It has become a place that both Indians and members of other communities and tourists alike can visit to find out more about Singapore's Indian community, their history, their tangible and intangible culture.
There's a lot of experience people experience here, a lot of heritage here. And that's one of the reasons why we have the Indian Heritage Center in Little India.
Ever since this IHC was started, there has been heavy tourist footfall from other countries, and it's a very popular tourist destination.
Wow. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go!
Leisha presents Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Britannia, everyone is a winner contest. Buy $5 worth of Britannia products at Mustafa Centre and win an assured prize. Associate sponsor All India Supermart. Supported by Apollo Bistro, Restaurant and Bar. Wardrobe sponsor Featherwears, Singapore.
Leisha presents Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Subah Ki Chai Season 5.
Associate sponsor All India Supermart. Supported by Apollo Bistro, Restaurant and Bar. Wardrobe sponsor Featherwears, Singapore. Britannia, everyone is a winner contest. Buy $5 worth of Britannia products at Mustafa Centre and win an assured prize.
Guys, right now I'm at Apollo Bistro Restaurant Bar, which is located at Little India Arcade, and this is the newest branch from Banana Leaf Apollo. So this group has got 2 restaurants already. One is situated at Racecourse Road and the other one is situated in Little India itself. These 2 restaurants are more on the traditional side, so they've got South Indian food, they've got North Indian food, but the owner wanted something new. He wanted his customers to experience something new, and this is the reason why they introduced this chain called Apollo Bistro Restaurant Bar, which has got multi-cuisine. They also offer lunch buffet, they've got happy hours, they've got a la carte, so they've got so much things to do and for you to experience, and I cannot wait to check this place out. Let's go! Right now with me is sitting Mr. Makan Singh, and one interesting thing is he's the chef here, and Makan in Malay means to eat. तो Makan Singh जी ये कैसे connection बेटा?
नमस्कार, मैं शेफ मकान। नाम, मेरे नाम के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं आप। एक्चुअली ये नाम मेरा मैं हूँ उत्तराखंड, बेसिकली मैं उत्तराखंड से हूँ। तो वहाँ पे जो नाम रखा गया वो मेरे मम्मी पापा जब मैं छोटा था तब उन्होंने अपना एक सपना था उनका, एक छोटा सा घर बनाया था उन्होंने, तो उस घर के कॉन्सेप्ट पे उन्होंने मेरा नाम मकान दिया। तो डिफरेंट है, कहीं मकान खाने के लिए बोलते हैं, कहीं घर के लिए बोलते हैं, जहाँ रहते हैं।
मकान जी, पहले तो ये बताइए कि आप कितने सालों से शेफ़ हैं?
मैंने प्रैक्टिकली सीखा हुआ है काम। मैं शुरू से ऐसा मैंने कोई एचएम नहीं किया हुआ, बट प्रैक्टिकली मैं 17 ईयर हो गए मुझे। मैं इंडिया में मैंने बम्बई में फर्स्ट स्टार्ट किया। बम्बई से लेके मैं अभी लास्ट में पंजाब में था। उससे पहले मैं थाईलैंड में था, थाईलैंड फुकेट से होके आया हूँ।
एंड इस ग्रुप के साथ में आप कितने टाइम से एसोसिएट हैं?
मैं बस फर्स्ट इसकी ओपनिंग के लिए आया हूँ मैं, तो तब से मैं अभी इधर ही हूँ और इधर ही रहना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं इस खाने को काफ़ी वो और आगे लेके जाना चाहता हूँ। यू नो, जहाँ पे काम करते हो तो दिल से करते हो, तो ऑब्वियसली मुझे पसंद है यहाँ पे, तो रहूँगा, लंबे टाइम तक रहूँगा।
तो आपका सीक्रेट इंग्रेडिएंट क्या रहता है? ऐसा क्या आप मिक्स करते हैं?
इंडियन हब भी है, ये थाई भी है, और तीनों चारों को हमने मिक्स करके उस खाने को बनाया हुआ है। सुबह की चाय।
Produced by Video House, an international production house based in Singapore.